Hello everyone and welcome once again to GSTEF TV, the channel where we peel back the curtains of Nollywood and bring you the stories others are too afraid to bring to the light. If this is your first time here, quickly hit that subscribe button because what I am about to tell you today is shaking the entire entertainment industry from top to bottom. Make sure you stay locked into GSTEF TV because this gist is not just hot, it is explosive, controversial, and it is unfolding right before our eyes. Now let us go straight into the full story that has taken over the internet and sent fans into chaos. Nollywood woke up to something nobody expected. A sighting, a moment, a whisper that traveled like wildfire until it became the loudest conversation everywhere. At exactly midnight after a major movie wrap-up in Asaba, two of Nollywood's most talked about stars, Maurice and Sonia Uche, were spotted leaving a private location one after the other in a way that has left people stunned, confused, and suspicious. It was not even about the fact that they were in the same vicinity, because they work together often and appear in the same productions. What shook people was the timing, the secrecy, the tension, and the strange emotional energy surrounding the entire moment. Eyewitnesses did not even hide their shock. According to those present, the two did everything possible to avoid cameras, and that was the first sign that something unusual was happening. One person said they even stepped out almost like they had rehearsed the timing to make sure nobody linked them together, but ironically, that attempt at secrecy is what made people more curious. The most shocking part of the entire moment was Sonia's expression. People described her as emotional, almost overwhelmed, as if something had just happened behind closed doors that she was processing. Maurice on the other hand looked calm but protective, like someone trying to shield another person from a situation that could easily get out of control. He kept glancing around like he was checking the surroundings, making sure no one was watching. But unfortunately for both of them, someone was watching, someone with sharp eyes, someone who understood the value of a hidden moment between two top stars. And that was how the entire internet got the gist. Immediately the information hit the streets, social media exploded. Fans began to argue, analyze, overthink, and create theories on what could possibly make these two respected actors choose midnight for a meeting. There were people insisting it was romance, that this was the moment confirming what they had always suspected, that the chemistry between them in movies had translated into real life. These people pointed out the body language, the timing, the secrecy, and Sonia's emotional state as proof that something deeper was going on, something that went beyond friendship or professional conversation. They said no one meets someone at midnight, after a stressful shoot, in a closed location, and steps out looking like they were hiding something unless there was intimacy involved. But others were not buying the romantic angle. Some people insisted it was strictly professional, that the two might be cooking up a massive project that required private discussions. They claimed that big collaborations often require unusual hours, especially when producers, directors, and investors are involved. These people argued that celebrities are often misunderstood and that the public loves to jump to conclusions when they see two popular figures together. But the people pushing the romantic theory countered that argument immediately by asking one question: why the secrecy? Why the emotional expression? Why the protective energy? And why the midnight timing? They argued that if this was business, there would be nothing emotional about it. There would be nothing that looked like tension or vulnerability. There would be confidence, not nervousness. And that is where the whole thing became messy. As fans continued to argue, more witnesses came forward claiming that the interaction between Maurice and Sonia inside the location before they stepped out was even more suspicious. Some people said they heard raised voices, not in a fighting way but in a deeply emotional conversation type of way, the kind of intense exchange that comes from a personal issue, not work matters. Some claimed they saw Sonia wiping her eyes. Others said Maurice kept pacing back and forth like he was trying to calm himself down or gather his thoughts. These additional eyewitness statements poured fuel on the fire and made the entire gist explode even more. What really pushed fans into absolute meltdown was the fact that the producers of the movie they had just wrapped up refused to comment. One of them was contacted but declined to speak, saying everything concerning cast members' personal matters was not their business. Another producer only said that he did not want to be dragged into online drama. Their silence created even more headlines because people interpreted it as a sign that something truly sensitive was happening. If it was innocent, why not simply say it was innocent? If it was work-related, why not clear the air? Producers usually jump in quickly to quench rumors, but in this case, they simply left the entire internet to boil. While the silence continued from the official side, fans on social media refused to keep quiet. Instagram comment sections became battlefields. People started pulling up old videos of Maurice and Sonia acting together, searching for hidden signs, gestures, glances, or chemistry that would hint at something deeper. Some fans even posted slow-motion edits of previous movie scenes between the two, saying the way Maurice looked at Sonia in some scenes was too intense to be just acting. Others argued that Sonia has always been private about her emotional life and that if she was meeting someone at midnight, there had to be a strong reason behind it. There was one particular fan who wrote a long emotional post online saying that she believed Sonia was going through something deeply personal and that Maurice showed up as a friend to support her. That fan insisted that the supposed emotional moment captured that night was not romance but vulnerability. But the interesting part is that even people who supported that theory still admitted that for Sonia to let someone see her in such a vulnerable state, the person must be extremely close to her. That statement only strengthened the belief that their relationship was deeper than the public knew. Another major twist happened when someone claimed that Maurice cancelled another engagement he was supposed to attend early the next morning. This made people wonder whether the midnight meeting had been planned or if it was a sudden emergency. Some speculated that something had happened earlier in the day that required immediate attention between the two of them. Others believed that something personal might have been confessed or revealed, and that the midnight meeting was the moment they needed to address it. No one knew the exact truth, but the theories kept growing, each one wilder than the last. The entire online conversation got even crazier when an anonymous blogger dropped a message saying that Maurice and Sonia had been spending time together privately more often than the public realized. According to the blogger, this was not their first late-night meeting. The blogger claimed that the only difference this time was that someone caught them. This revelation shook the entire fanbase, because people started asking themselves whether they had been missing signs all along. There were individuals who swore that the chemistry between the two actors had been too natural to be fake, and that Nollywood was simply witnessing something blossoming behind the scenes. While all these speculations continued, fan reactions became louder and more dramatic. Some people begged both stars to just come out and clear the air. Others insisted they should keep quiet because the mystery was making the gist more interesting. Some fans passionately shipped them, saying they had been waiting for this pairing for years. Others warned that mixing work and emotions could destroy friendships and careers. There were also people accusing the eyewitnesses of lying just to chase clout, while the eyewitnesses fired back saying they saw what they saw and they did not fabricate anything. As the online battle continued, both Maurice and Sonia posted completely unrelated content on their social media pages, pretending like nothing was happening. But the interesting part was that fans flooded their comment sections demanding explanations. Some begged Sonia to address the emotional moment. Others begged Maurice to confirm or deny whether the midnight meeting had anything romantic involved. People monitored their stories, their captions, their interactions, and even their follow lists, searching for hidden clues. It was almost like the entire internet was collectively holding its breath, waiting for something to slip, something to reveal the truth behind that midnight moment. Behind closed doors, industry insiders whispered that the tension between Maurice and Sonia had been building for months, but nobody knew whether it was good tension or complicated tension. Some insiders claimed that there had been moments of closeness, jokes, and soft glances on set that people dismissed as character performance, but now those same moments were being re-evaluated under a different lens. Others said Sonia had recently been going through personal pressure and Maurice had become someone she could talk to. But again, these claims were unverified, yet they were convincing enough for fans who wanted to believe something deeper existed. Finally, after hours of non-stop dragging online, one insider made a statement that shook everyone. He said that whatever was happening between Maurice and Sonia was not anyone's imagination. He did not say it was romance, and he did not say it was friendship. He simply said there was a reason they were trying so hard to avoid cameras. That one comment set the entire internet on fire because it confirmed that something real was happening, even if nobody knew what it was. At the end of the day, the truth remained hidden, but the impact of the midnight meeting refused to die down. The internet is still talking. Fans are still arguing. Blogs are still posting. And the two actors at the center of the storm have remained completely silent, which has only made the gist even hotter. And that, my people, is the full blockbuster gist on the midnight meeting that has taken over Nollywood and thrown fans into total meltdown.